Happy Monday. Welcome in, guys. Well, Muffin Top, you are on time. Hey there, like you always are. I didn't mean it as you're not. Welcome in, my amazing mod. Hi, GHY, Rumple, Jean. Welcome in. I'm on time today. That's a surprise. Hi, Liz. So, hi, Colleen. Welcome in, my members and my subscribers. And if you are not a member and you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's a great way to support my channel. And obviously, thumbs up on your way in. Hi, Shazam. Today's presentation, knowing that there's so much going on between all of these cases, and in order to stay on top of things here, my only concern is showing you the common elements. So we may have Brian Kohlberger's case going on right now, and he's in trial, and you're going to hear a lot of blah, 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 blah. And then you're going to hear the Delphi case and information's coming through. Then you're going to hear, SUMMERWELLS and Michael Vaughn and just all of them, right? Hi, Lisa. And what I do here for those that are new is I only talk about the common elements. I only show and discuss the elements that are common between all of the cases that I cover. Now, I call them SUMMERWELLS cases, and there's a reason for that. I call them SUMMERWELLS cases because, sorry guys, I'm opening up a bar. Because SUMMERWELLS is the one who basically came to me. However you want to understand that, I really don't understand it as much as you do. But I saw her whole story, and this just hit me like a ton of bricks 2.5 years ago. And I haven't stopped rooting for these children since that day happened. And that was before Summer was declared allegedly gone on June 15th, 2021. But this information came to me before then. It was actually on the anniversary of a little boy here in Chicago. And I saw his whole story. I tried giving it to the FBI agent, and they're basically, what the fuck are you talking about? But I tried, and actually the funny thing is, if you're listening, you know who you are. Between Springfield and the sergeant over there in FBI, they both were like, what the heck is going on? But they had enough information themselves, and they had enough knowledge to recognize someone who comes forward that's like a real clairvoyant, and which I consider myself as. And I didn't even understand that they didn't see what I saw, right? So, make a long story short, like I always say, here I am today, and I do still give my information to them, and there's more of an understanding between our relationships and what I do and who I am, because back then I didn't know who I was and what I was doing. I was like regurgitating this information, like it just was coming out so fast. And if I were them, I would have been like, excuse me, get this lady out of the building and make sure she gets home safely. And that's sort of what he did. Called my husband, and I don't know how he got his phone number. To this day, I don't know, because my husband won't tell me. Letting him know, do you know that your wife is sitting here in the sergeant's room in Springfield? And I just want to make sure she gets home safe. So from that day on, there's a little relationship that's behind the scenes, and I appreciate it, and I thank you guys for it. You You're my outlet to sending information, and I know it's a pain in the ass, and I'm sure that it's confusing, and I don't lay it out all right, and I don't explain it all right. And the reason I don't is because I don't have the answers all of the time. I just could give elements that are common, and I see it within my third eye across the board. For instance, I bet nobody else has this video. I bet nobody here has what I have in front of me. Does anyone know what this is? I saved this for a long time. That is Bullhorn Betty. Bullhorn Betty sitting. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, you guys. See how things hit? Wait a minute. Dylan case. See these chairs? I have another picture like this. See these chairs and the red table? Let me see if they match. Dylan, for those who don't know who I'm talking about, Dylan Rounds, I have pegged as a SUMMERWELLS case. He was sacrificed. So when I see, this is a great example of what I do here. Before I put this here, yes, this is a Bullhorn Betty video that I believe one of the groups that I've followed since June 16th, I believe this may have now, it's allegedly, everything I do and say falls under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, right? And it's all allegedly. I have no, I'll never know if I'm right or wrong until this shit gets busted open, because I don't have the right to know. I'm not the authorities. And no one's going to call me and tell me, you know, oh, that's a great connection, we're going to follow it. They can't. It's just not option. This here I say because I'm like, that looks like the Walgreens guy. The Walgreens guy, you guys, in the beginning. This dude in the middle is the Walgreens guy. This is the Walgreens guy. Allegedly. The Walgreens guy posted on June 15th. He was like the only one who had a post about SUMMERWELLS outside of Jody Sue Brown. And then Tiffany Marie was one of the first. Molly Golightly. And let's see, Tiffany Marie, Molly Golightly, JLR, The Interview Room, Ziggy, Jays for Justice. Like, they were all right there. Okay, they got information. I don't have no fucking idea how, but whatever, who cares? This guy posted this on June 15th. And I'm like, doesn't anyone notice what's in his friggin' photo? Like, his photo has information. I'm like, that's the guy that's in the hamburger shop with these guys. And I thought that the other guy in the back looked like Brian Kohlberger's father. So I'm like, I kept this stuff because I see my elements in here. And I'm going to go through this before I go right into Dylan Rounds so I don't confuse you. So when I looked here at friggin' Bullhorn Betty and whoever this dude is, I'm like, okay, this is a bunch of crock of shit, because there's information in here that I know is going to be super important. So then I pull it aside. I follow my gut. Okay, I follow my intuition. I follow what I'm being told to do. You know how, it's not like, oh, someone's in my freaking head. It's a voice that works towards these cases. And you know what, you guys? I know what I do, right? I know who I am. But the truth of the matter is, people in different industries do the same thing. Doctors are intuitives, but they put their talents into something else. Everyone puts their talent into a purpose that they're supposed to be in for this lifetime, right? Healers are intuitives, period. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, well, there's the information right on Bullhorn, you know? Thanks, Muffin Top. Hi, Rumple. And I'm just putting this shit aside. But now that I'm looking at this little burger place, it was a burger place, and I think Benny Keys was calling her like really rude names like slutty bullhorn. I'm like, why is he doing that? Like, he was really like making drama, you know? And I'm like, all right, so I kept information. Now that I'm looking at that setup there, Dylan Rounds, for those who don't know, you could look up his story. Is mixed in with all these cases. What a name, Bullhorn. Right, Lisa? Mixed in with all these cases. They'll never find him because he was sacrificed. He actually was on the side. Now, this is all allegedly. This is just a story that I tell you that I believe it to be true. Period. So he is just someone who tried to harvest whatever they harvest with these sacrifices on land that could never harvest before. It was land that he bought, or maybe he inherited. I know they said he bought, but I have this feeling his grandma was involved here. I see the grandma, like, so when I do this, I just tell you the stories that I see. I see grandma in the kitchen with him, and something went wrong that day, and they had to plant the seeds. Seeding had to happen. Seeding had to happen because something went wrong. Something went wrong. He either opened his mouth, spoke to the wrong person, he did something wrong, and he was working with really bad people. That's how I see it. He knew what he was doing, but damn, they didn't know how deep it went. This is my reading, and I don't believe the parents realized how deep it went. I believe that the parents understood what was going on, but never would believe that his child would be sacrificed. And he was, because he fucked up somewhere. In his videos, it shows all of the same elements. The hand gestures are a huge one. And Dylan Round, I just kept an eye on him, right? And I saved his information anytime anyone within the group of people that I follow would talk about him. Now let me see if this picture, I have it here, but I don't think I have the whole photo of Dylan in this hot dog place, and I intuitively feel that it's the same hot dog place. Wait, this is the wall of it. This is Dylan in this picture, but it's really bad. I'm sure I have Wait, I'm looking through. It's the Benny did this video so long ago. But, you know, most of my videos I pulled from Benny. He's amazing. Whoever Benny has a lot of different faces, right? But he gave me the most information, especially on all the cases that I follow. So what I'm looking for... So when I talk, you know, just before I go forward, when I talk about harvesting, so anyways, I have a picture of somewhere of Dylan in this hot dog place that's the same information. That's how I see it, right? Now, I don't know. I may be totally fucking off my whacker. We don't know, right? But Dylan told me a lot of information on the side of harvesting. Dylan told me that Arbania Papillon's information was correct. That this harvesting and these pieces of human get fed to the pigs. This is all from Dylan. This is what Dylan did to get ready for harvesting. So it's very interesting. Really pay attention how people introduce you to new cases, and I'm here to show you the elements of importance. So I believe Dylan, this isn't new to him. This wasn't new to him, but they just didn't think he'd be one of the people sacrificed. This lifestyle of harvesting wasn't new. He was raised this way, right? So, anyways, here is what I want to show you. One thing before I move on. This stuff somehow gets dropped into these fields. This is from the farmer. You guys, this is from the farm that I follow. The other farms that I found this stuff on. Now, not to say it has anything to do with this shit, but the other farms that I find this stuff on is Ryan Upchurch. Now, does that mean... No, it doesn't mean anything other than Ryan Upchurch had the same thing, and it just happens to be on his farm, on his land, the same time during his building of these new whatever he does. This is on the mud of Ryan Upchurch. So I show these things. These are called like critter faces, and these are faces that are common. I don't know why they use all these different duck faces and in these caricatures, but they do. This is what gets resoiled. How? I don't know. But this is what gets resoiled. This here comes from the farm that I follow. I think it's Fender's farm, right? Now pay attention to this one. Dylan Rounds, like I said, they become part of this group that I follow when they have the same elements. When they were trying to look for Dylan Rounds, I don't know if anyone here remembers that helicopter drone company that was flying over their land looking for stuff. Well, the only thing that kept flying over was this and a truck that showed someone in the trunk. Oh man, I'm like, you guys, look at this freaking shit that they're showing with the drone. It was this in the open field. This here is Dylan's open field that he was supposed to plant his seed for harvest time. Okay? This was sitting in the middle of the fucking field as the drone's going over. I'm like, hello, does anyone see that? They're looking for this because he was sacrificed and they want it. They want it. Well, that's what happened to him. So he became very quickly a case that I rolled into a SUMMERWELLS case. Really quickly. And his information gave me a ton of information. So I'm not here to say who done it, right? I'm here to say, look at the elements, learn from the elements, and understand that this stuff is all connected. All of this. Anything that I bring on my channel is connected to SUMMERWELLS Missing Children. These guys came on board day number 1. Look at the white car behind him. There's everything. So go look at my other videos and it shows you what's in the within the frame. It's all about summer. And these 2 videos, the information that it has left me with is still the best information that I follow today. This here is the other thing that I do. Robert Vaughn, this is the Robert Vaughn who is Michael Vaughn's father. Michael Vaughn and Summer, I'm told, were sacrificed together. Together. I know they were both sacrificed, but I see them together as one. Together as one. Everyone here, I am sure, knows who Michael Vaughn is. Michael Vaughn is a case that followed up right with Summer Moon. Michael Vaughn, I have shown, guy, when I saw Robert card. Yeah, Michael Vaughn is this little boy. Now, most of you are going to say, well, I don't understand how is that this little boy? Wait, let me open this up. It won't pop in. When this little boy is sitting on SUMMERWELLS' swing. Because this, to me, is Michael Vaughn. And it's not Summer. Michael Monkey Vaughn. I've shown this picture, and anyone that is in the law enforcement or has eyeballs could tell that that's not Summer Moon Wells. It's not Summer Moon. Michael Vaughn is a Summer Moon Wells sacrificed child that was sacrificed to me with Summer. Looks just like him. That's not Summer. This is a little boy with an underbite. This is Summer. It's not Summer. There's so many different people on her swing. Anyways, part of my elements that I follow that I think are so very important are the faces that show up on the surface, and the faces or who has eyeballs. Colleen, yes, correct. If you have eyeballs, you could see. The faces that appear on top of a video, and then the faces that appear as deep fakes under the deep fake. So I show that a lot. I'm like, look at the face that shows under this face. It's there. It shows it. I never knew it was there. I never knew I could get a hold of it. I just always thought I saw it as a spiritual thing, right? This is Michael Vaughn and his group. It's a photo that was on the front of his Facebook page. And there's a lot of information that it gives me. For starters, and you guys, everything I talk about here and everything I review things over and over, and I do it for a reason, because my elements are done. My elements are stuck, and they're not going to change. And there aren't really many more elements I'm going to add. I haven't added any. This here is the little girl. I wanted to call her Julia. This little girl is holding the same kind of knife that was in the Idaho 4 murders. She has that thing in her mouth, like that little stick. Who had that? I think I just put the video to the side. Quentin Simon. Quentin Simon had one of these sticking out of his mouth. The girl, the lady next to her, has the F on her neck. I can't go to her foot. Wait. Her foot's cut off. And someone emailed me today, I'm not going to say who, and you told me that I need to listen to someone's reading. I don't listen to other people's reading, just so you guys know, because it screws with your head. But you said something about Courtney Cox. This photo that you see in front of you is split down the middle, I believe. And it uses the same people on both sides and just changes their looks. So I said this looked like Courtney Cox and this looked like Courtney Cox. You named something about Courtney Cox. Tell me I'm wrong. And the guys down there, that one looks like Check It TV. But on either side of these photos, you guys, are the same people. They're just slightly changed. And I have no idea why. but this Courtney Cox girl is on both sides. All of them are. I called her Courtney Cox not to say it is her, but these are the same people. They're just slightly different. They look, at least they want us to think they look alike. But the guy in the bottom is the same guy in the bottom here. Anyways, the girl to the left, this one, repeated in another video of a family that I follow. This face, I believe, is her. Now, these are connections that the authorities could follow up on, right? They just have to put this shit into their freaking computer system. I don't do that. I bring you the information as I see it to be true. And they could do whatever the hell they want to do with it, right? This photo here, I believe, is the one that's on Robert Vaughn's boat. Let me blow this one up too. And these connections are really important connections. Like, you know, you see the Walgreens guy, if in fact that is the Walgreens guy, and that Walgreens guy is the first one up front taking a picture in front of a Walgreens saying that this is the Walgreens that Candace and Grandis went to. Then he shows up with Bullhorn Betty. That's a big deal. And if in fact these people are the same people, I have her video to the right showing all these sacrifices. I use that video all the time. Now, they look alike to me. I feel their smiles are the same. I feel their face and their smile and I just feel the whole thing is the same. Thank you for those ones. So I wanted to point this stuff out before I got into the heavy duty stuff. And these are the other things I wanted to point out before I get into the purpose of my video today. This is just stuff that you guys, this was early on, you know, over a year ago. And I think it's important stuff to show. JLR was looking to sell this. This is stuff that was placed on the trees at the vigil. I hear spiritually that there's you had a different reasoning. You had a different agenda than the agenda that you have in this photo. You had a different agenda because this photo here, I have down in my files as a photo of information. I've always wanted to know, JLR, what the fuck is this? Why would you be selling this? This is Summer's toy. I took off their hill on Ben Hill Road. I'll sell it to you for $50. You could probably make triple that. Let me know. What the hell were you thinking? When you look closer to his items, JLR, if you ever listen to my fucking channel here, I'm telling you, I know there's a lot more going on in here, that you're giving such critical information, and it's crazy that no one freaking sees it. My question is, how did you get this information? Why is it that you have this information and you are flaunting it on YouTube? That's my question. And why is it that you're saying that it's the same thing on the right-hand side? There's no way. You're showing a miniature. This is miniature. It's not the same. So you're lying. You're lying because your agenda behind the photo isn't what it appears to be. See the green bucket, you guys? Do you see the green bucket next to it? Without making it bigger or smaller, if in fact that pink thing was the size of what Summer Moon is next to, the measurements are off. So you're telling me this is 1, 2, 3 buckets long? I know with all my might, JLR, that your intention of that photo is so not what it appears to be. I know with all of my heart that the photo to the right is telling a story of children being taken, that it's telling the story of a child gone child. And most likely this is talking about 3 children, 2 more kids. So when you look to the right, you've got 1, the horse, and 2 more kids, which makes triple the amount of money. That's what I see. The only ones that are going to know I'm right or wrong are the predators that are fucking doing this. But only a few more like this. This also speaks volumes. SUMMERWELLS and Michael Vaughn, they went together. The information that appears to be in the sheet of paper next to Michael Vaughn tells me I am correct when I say construction is part of the sacrifice. Ladders. FBI, Ellie, you see ladders that are just sitting in the middle of nowhere. A ladder that's against the house because they say, oh, it's construction. Don't listen to that word. Oh, it's construction. Look at the ladder. Observe the ladder. Where'd that ladder go? Where'd it come from? These are rooms. These are rooms that are important. Look at them. Look at them. Because this Michael Vaughn showed so much information for us to come to his side, to rescue them and bring them to justice and let him rest in peace, but no one gives a shit to look. Michael Vaughn, in a couple of his videos that were shown on a big network television, this is Michael Vaughn in pain. This isn't something that a channel 572, whatever the hell channel this came from, would put on their news station. He's not laughing. And why the hell would Don Wells put up all these different kids' pictures in his daughter's birthday celebration. You guys understand that every photo and all the names that were mentioned in their Christmas tree gathering of information, whatever it is, they're telling you the sacrifices of Summer Moon. They're telling you this is one of them. They recognized all of them. This came from, wait, let me get the name. This came from Don Wells's video. Right here, the middle one says YouTube, Don Wells Family Official YouTube channel. Again, all you got to do is open your eyes and look what's on him. Open your eyes. Look at the top of his head. His head is no different than any of the other cases, including Summer, that I talk about. Their heads get connected to something on top. His information that I'm going to show you, I think it's a few pages in, shows identical information in Summer's. See that little white dot thing? I've got Summer's and KIELYRODNI's together. This is Summer's on her head. This is Kylie's on her head. These are elements. These are elements that appear beneath the surface. They shouldn't be there at all. Some people are like, oh my God, but it's not clear. Of course it's not clear. It's beneath the photo because the truth is beneath the deep fake. They're the same. They went through the same sacrifice. I think that's a Summer Moon behind him, meaning a Summer Moon Wells child that went through these sacrifices. I know that there's a Summer Moon that I know of, right? The Summer Moons that I know of are younger than they say she is. And they're also older than they say she is. I look for the elements. Look at her arm. Look at the glasses. Michael Vaughn is in pain. He's in pain. Moving on. This is where I want to begin really my in-depth conversation about a new connection that needs to be explained for the law enforcement. I always bring my information here to speak about it because it's clearer for me to speak, or I speak clearer when I'm speaking over my photo with freedom. I've learned that I definitely get tongue-tied. I've seen it. It happens all the time. I get tongue-tied when I talk freely and not over a photo, and I feel like I'm being judged or whatever it is. This channel gives me the freedom to feel safe, right? This is really important information that I got off of a video that I'm going to show you if I have more time at the end. This comes from a channel that just shows information that's very uncomfortable for me to see without it being covered. So with that being said, this information is what I see underneath the movement of what happens at the Wells property. This here, what you guys are looking at, is the side view of Grandis's RV. This I've shown before. I'm like, they're digging, something's happening. That is, this here is what is right to, let me bring this in, to the right of this photo. So I'm showing you information that clearly shows evidence. This is right here. This whole thing, if I were to line it up with that number 5 going under here, that truck would be actually under the RV. Because I've shown several pictures, as you guys know. Let me turn it a little and see if it's a little easier. I was like, you need to go fucking dig under Grandis's RV. Right here. This would go right here. Under the stoop. So the truck would be against the RV. You all, we never saw this truck against the RV, right? This lady's video, what is in here? Oh my God, you guys, you see those 5s? You guys, these are all the boxes. Do you guys see what's showing up in the blackness? The fuck? Oh wow. Oh wow. I can't change it a lot, but look what's behind it. Oh shit, it doesn't show very well. It's back here. Wait. Holy shit, you guys, it's all changing. You see it back there? It's like what's in the Idaho 4. This is what I showed in the Idaho 4 behind the girls. You guys, this goes this way. See, remember I told you the 5s tell me which way to turn it? So if I follow these 5s, look! it would be turned this way. This is under the ground next to the RV. They have to fucking dig. They have to dig. Next to the RV. That is so important. You guys, this is right next to the RV, right? And look at how it's shifting. So this is supposed to be the green truck. Everything in my body tells me they must dig. Right here. Right here. What you see all the way to the left is what I showed you was under the plants. So what you're looking at all the way to the left is what we were told or shown is under here. So all the way to the left, and I'll put it back up on here to show you, is what I said is under the planters, under here, under the RV. So what you're looking at is someone pulled the RV all the way to the left, put some plants down, and covered this shit up. This is under here. It's under here. It's under there, you guys. This was covered up when they planted. This is under here. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. And what these are called are trophies. The trophies are under here. This is what I've shown before. And they move the flowers all the time. They keep moving them. They have them on a holder, then they don't have them on a holder. You know, they put them on, they rise it on a table, then they don't have it on a table. Like throughout in the interview rooms video, the damn shit changes. You know, trust me, they're not moving plants from tables and then off the tables, back on the tables, off the tables, while, you know, what's his face from the interview room is doing a crazy loony interview. Those are the fives. That's what's in there. There's the maroon, the green, the white. So this channel, Bubbles, I don't know who she is, Bubbles, has this information. So anyone who wants to see her information, it's really awesome. Bubbles, if you ever listen to the channel, I suggest sending this stuff in to the law enforcement and tell them that for some odd reason you have this video of underneath Grandis's RV, which none of us have, because when we met you all, there were flowers planted there. They were supposed to be planted while Summer was alive. There are no flowers here. And these are elements underneath the RV. Elements. This shit is real. This shit is real. This is under Grandis's RV. Goes all the way down, and those are all of those pieces that are called trophies. And they're all of the 5s. Now, I can't change the coloring of any of these any more than I have. But now we see that there's 5s all behind, which is called the bottom layer. So the bottom layer is showing a wall of 5s. What that means is it's under there. Just like the Idaho 4 showed all of their 5s. All of them did. It means that it's on the bottom layer and it's being covered up with deep fake. This needs to be dug up. I want you to recognize how the car, or allegedly the car, fake car, a box, whatever that is, the smaller boxes, if you were to go look at these videos, the smaller box within the bigger box, like I've taught you guys, always has deeper information. It unlayers it a little deeper than the top layer. So it's great to get something like this that is a smaller box, but it's also split down the middle. Let me explain. So in a video, you've got clips, right? The clips are what's used to put information in between the clips. It's probably so damn easy once you learn how. And this is what's happening. So in between the clips, you get a clip of information. This here is giving me a clip of information. But what I have learned in 2.5 years is that the information that's the closest to the truth is right here. Right here. So this is the bigger photo. It sort of shows you something's going on. And then in here shows you that this truck has a maroon box in it. It also tells you that it has the number 5 boxes and it has the critter face. Now, remember in the beginning, I said critter faces look like that. And those are the critter faces that I showed you wind up on the farm. I showed you this one here. Wait. That is on Ryan Upchurch's land. But they're all like different. Here, I'll just take this one. See this face on the top? That's from the fisherman I follow. So they all have something different. But Summer tends to do more animals. And that's telling me that Summer's trophy is placed. All these trophies are placed within a corner of the ground. They go in a V. Where 2 corners meet. Now, I'm telling you that because that's what I see. It's where 2 corners meet in the earth. They're placed systematically, right? These are the 2 corners in the earth in which Summer Moon's important pieces have been placed. And that's somewhere by wherever this photo is. See, this one is Ryan Upchurch's. So this is being placed in, and there's a number 5 in the whatever's mouth, and that's being placed in the corner of the earth for prosperity or whatever they think it is. But this is the closest to the truth, and this is SUMMERWELLS case. You could see how the head, how it's layered all the way down, it's in the mud, and it's scrambled in the mud. It's they're placed down there. They're placed down there, you guys. There's a very big story that goes behind these. You know, this is planting of the flowers. You know, by the time June 15th came, these flowers were done and planted, you guys. And this is what is under her RV. It goes deep down under. These are her critters. These are Summer's critters. You know, these here are Kylie's critters that were at her party. These are Kylie's. They're in her bucket, in her maroon box. That funky face. These are Summer's. This is what they look like when they fly up in the sky and they're doing their sacrifices and they're going to the vigil. This. We see them, you guys. We fucking see this. I see it because it's being shown to me every damn time a new case comes. This shit flies in the air. All the same. You know, here's Amber Alert. Amber Hagerman. Amber Alert is named after. This is her. This is her brother in the tree. And those are hers. These things were created way back when. Way back. And SUMMERWELLS, right here, is telling her story. Just like Kylie, just like all of them. To the left, over here, is that famous metal, well, I call it famous because I used it as a spot to keep consistent in what I'm doing. This here, now, Candace doesn't strike me as someone who would keep taking that out of a flower pot and moving it. They already planted their flowers, right? And the camera crew and everything were there within 24 hours. On this Lady Bubbles video, this is what it looked like. I've never seen it like this, and I don't have a planter with a blue trim. I don't. No one has a video that shows this here is Grandis's RV and this underneath it. This is information that needs to be looked at. I mean, big time. Because if this is what we all say it looked like, where'd the truck go? You got the dig. Here you got the shovel. Right here. Shovels are a big time element. Big time element. This is the truck that no one talks about that's on the Wells property. This truck's position on the property was by the RV. I spent some time looking at this truck on the Wells property. It's the truck that I never realized I talked about all the time, because it shows these buckets next to the truck. There's a maroon box, white, under the truck. This location here, I believe the car is over something that opens up underground. I feel wherever this is hides movement of these movements. Is the foot stepping in the hole? You mean this one? Let me see. Got that cut off. But these all come from, these are all video photos, right? And wherever I stop the video, it's going to give information, because they're always inconsistently using car windows and reflections to tell Summer's story. Let me pull this in and see what it does. So I've never seen this before in a window. So what this is telling you is that that this piece is on their property. See what's in their window? The main element that Candace goes and looks for. The box with that thing sticking out. I didn't see that before. That's in that window. Do you guys see that? And the smiley face? Look at this. The hell? You guys, I've never shown you the box this close up. Look at that. Each person that was touched by this evil has one of these boxes. If the law enforcement or FBI do choose to do something they've never done, so they get the results that they never get or have gotten, look into this. Because it's showing that the maroon boxes are underneath the ground and underneath the truck. That's what it's showing. And that these buckets, I know, are part of the moving. We're part of the movement. The moving of these individuals. Now that I'm looking in the window of this truck, Grandis and Candace have all of the maroon boxes. This truck, wow. Wow. She has the clear one too. So, do windows in videos give reflection of stuff? Yeah. And whatever, you could make any shape with it in your brain. But these are consistent and they always show the same information. Look at that. Look at that. So, the back window, right here, let me point it out. Right here, you guys. Head, box, box, box. Here's your clear box. That clear box usually has the L on it. And this is the car. And it all comes from the interview room's video. I'm sorry, Bubbles' video, but it's from her channel I got it, but this is the interview room's footage. It's the interview room's footage. Yeah, a lot's going to pop up. So, early on I said that they needed to dig under here. Now I just gave a piece of information that makes it even stronger. Look at these. Those are all the boxes, you guys. Look at the red bucket. Now, the tire looks weird. So, our job is to look for the things that match my elements. The back seat and the trunk just seems to have the boxes. And something's up with the tire. And notice that the tire, what it looks like, it's that it gets connected to the bucket. It has tubes coming out of the bucket. That wasn't there. Let me compare it to the other slide, and I'll show you that that wasn't there. Like that kind of, sorry you guys, I'm eating a bar. I'm kind of starving. Let's see. Oh, that's maybe the difference. It was there, but wait. I like to notice when something is different. Let's see. Oh, it's cut off, but I think it's that white thing. The bucket, the maroon bucket. So, when you guys do this yourself, always look for the construction, these buckets, these buckets filled with plaster or sand or whatever it is. Always. So here, the truck would have been right here, right? There's a green door. Here are the buckets still. What you have to notice is by the truck. You guys see what happened? Let me show you. By the truck, right? To me, this would be a secret door. This was not there, law enforcement. So over by the top here, by the buckets, you got your car. Now remember, that red bucket was next to the tire before, touching it. Here, there's a door that pops up. That pops up. So here, so you could see what I'm talking about. So what's moving here, you guys? That red bucket, the bucket with the red cap, is the most important. Because here it is here. And there it is here. All of this is information. Everything that she shows within these videos and within a moment's worth of footage is her daughter's story. Allegedly, it's her daughter, right? It's her daughter's story. The interview room's videos capture the information. Right? Here is how it looks in this video. The same footage, the same information's over here. I mean, same location. They're extremely different. They're extremely different. This has to do with SUMMERWELLS' sacrifice. These are her trophies. Everything's been dug in. It's gone. That had to happen sometime before this situation. Because this is the truth of what we want. Not this. Not the story of planting of the flowers. No. No. Because whatever's going on under here is what we want. What's under here? These are the things that get placed in the ground. These are the sticks. This is the mesh. These are pieces of them. Pieces of them. What you see here comes from a video that shows families in the leaves. I've kept this video because I think it's super important to show the actions that are going within this video, what's going on, and to show that the elements match. So if you ever see something like this, pull it to the side. Look at the kids' faces. Recognize what's going on in there, because they turn into these unbelievable photos, but the unbelievable photos represent the sacrifice that we're talking about here. But they turn it into some sort of a photo album. Their photo album has the trophies that go with each child. Let me brighten this up. These are their critters right here. And this is what I just showed you that goes with the sticks. These things. These are trophies. They're really important to the children. Super important. So that piece that you're looking at there those are trophies that get represented within, you know, like here's KIELYRODNI's. That is what's in the middle here. What I just showed you there, and then that's KIELYRODNI's. Maybe black, but these are all the same thing. They're the trophies, you guys. The trophies that are just so important to them. So, so important. I mean, these pictures show what's going on. And all they want is justice. They would like to have their story recognized. It's not a big ask, right? Because there's thousands of people that know this story. It will take one of you. One of you. That's it. To come forth. Come forth anonymously. Come forth and say, you know what? That is Summer Moon Wells' missing child. That is her signature saying it's a Summer Moon child. It's a kitty cat or the panda or whatever that is. That's with Summer. It's on all of this, all of the cases. All of the cases. I mean, this here, it's actually, I think it's the next. Oh, wow. Interesting. The next slide, I was just looking for this, is the kitty cat face. That's Summer. This comes from some Candace's videos. These are all the same faces. The one in the middle is Gabby Petito, you guys. Gabby Petito. The one to the left is from Summer Moon. And this is from Jody Sue Brown's back seat of her car. The back seat of her car is always interesting. Lots of stuff goes on there. This is Gabby. This is Summer's video. These are little critters that they hold. They do tell their story, you guys, and they do express it really loudly. What they don't do is stand up for what they do. They don't believe in what they do. They don't have faith in what they do, because if they did, they would stand proud and loud. They're dickless pussies that just don't know right from wrong, and they definitely don't believe in the resurrection. They're using it as an excuse. Because for someone to put this shit up here like this and think that we're all going to believe that this is something that's good for the earth, then stand up for it. Don't hide in the shadows. Don't hide, beneath all these videos and the deep, dark fake. People that do that are those that are guilty of something or are ashamed. They're filled with shame, guilt, hatred. I mean, any idiot could figure that out. This is Summer. That is Benny. Benny, that he had in this same video here, has this. Here, sit here. Sit down. Has this. This is something that stayed with Summer from the first day we met Summer, sitting in her car. She was sitting in the car with that thing. This wound up in some basement underground with one of the 100 Bennies that I know against his head in the corner of a box. And with her poster. Her poster. Right with him. That is what is with Michael in his photos too. This has a nipple up here. All matches, you guys. These photos are interchangeable. Summer, Michael. This is Michael's too. Here's his stick. This is his box. He's in the corner of the box. Same with Summer. Same with Summer. If I were to move Summer's head, let's see. I could line them up perfectly. I've done this before. It's crazy. Wait. Copy. All right, let me see. If I were to copy and paste summer, let's see here, So there's Michael in the middle. Here's Summer. Make it smaller. Come on. This, what I'm saying, could go right over here. See, it even has the same blue. This could go right in here. These are the jugs back here. Summer's coat is covering that one. See? Her coat is like shaped weird. I don't know if any of you ever recognize it's shaped weird. It's shaped like one of those jugs is what it's shaped like. But they're the same thing. These are the sticks. So you've got your stick from all different cases here. Everyone has a stick. Kylie's. All of these. Kylie wasn't alone. And this is Harmony Montgomery's. Wrapped in the hair. All this stuff. These are her trophies. These are her trophies. Hiding beneath the hair. Those are Harmony's. What's what, Lisa? Lisa. Yes, something. What is that? So, oh, feathers on a stick. Here, these come from Benny. It's the box filled with the trophies. What's to the left is Summer's box filled with the trophies. And I've shown you this, I think, that whatever's to the left I got from Benny. And I believe that to be Summer to the right. The true Summer that we know. And she's holding her box. She's connected. See behind her? Those two white things. I believe this to be the Summer that we know. And what you see all the way to the left, I get off Benny's channel. Once in a while, I'll pull the elements off of a certain channel to help tell the story. Let me brighten this. Make this bigger. This here, this is the cylinder, the box. It's got everything in it. Everything's in here. This is the little cylinder. See how it has the information in here? The E's, the green faces on the bottom. It has her critters, the doggy. It has all this stuff because this is Summer's. And there's the frog face. And see the 5 on the top? Just like Summer over here. that 5, let me change the coloring a little bit. There we go. This, so you see this is the cylinder, just like the one to the right is the cylinder, right? And what's on top of, I'm going to call Summers, is this. It's what's on top of that box to the left. This goes up here. This is this box. So this goes here, and this is the box. Maybe that's what goes, that's what's in their mouth. Oh, you know what? I took that, I think I took that slide out. I had it in here. Funny, I removed it. I should never do that. And I did. Anyways, these are the same. Here's more information on the stick. And what a true human looks like, where this stuff is on them. I'm not sure how Don B got this stuff in his video, but Don B's videos once in a while show the equipment actually on someone. Like this. Let me open it up. This, trigger warning, Don B actually once in a while's video shows sick shit like this. So something coming out of the mouth. He's got the thing in his eyeball. And that white thing over the top. The stick down the left is the stick you see in the middle that came from KIELYRODNI's video of the car. That's where that came from. And that stick is the same stick that you see in Robert Vaughn's initial videos that have helped build this thing. Robert Vaughn's videos, I believe, are the blueprints to what we're looking at here. See this little stick here? It's got a little face on it. And obviously it always has the 5. It has all the same little critters. The doggy on the bottom. It's got the same information that I just showed you here in Benny's video. The number 5 on the bottom. All the little things. Especially the green face. The 2 that I'll point out 2 so you see them, that are the same as what I'm about to show you. It's these 2 here. This green one, and there's like a bunch through here. It's the same with this. I can't wait to look back on my video. I hope I see what I'm talking about. Because sometimes I go back and I'm like, what the shit? I don't see what I just said I saw. It's really weird. So the Beastin, or the Ken, I don't know who this is, shows wonderful information on the eyeballs. For those who don't know, the eyeballs are like the pearls. Like they're they're expensive. They're worth a lot of stuff. So I don't know what's been going on with her eyeballs lately, but they're completely messed up. And there's a lot going on in the video that actually makes me uncomfortable, because I'm like, what the hell? Do they not know how horrible this is? Like, what they're showing here? I don't think they do. So it's uncomfortable. You could go watch their videos. But what it shows is real good close-ups of the equipment. Stuff like this. That's against her head. Hey, I can't even tell you. I don't even know what this shit does, but it's here and it's real. It's the same thing that I showed back in these videos of the lady with, look real closely. Actually, I'll open it up. This is exactly what this looks like in Summer's cases. That's connected to the hair. That's what I just showed you as one of the trophies. I think it was Harmony Montgomery. His mom. And blow this up a little. Here. These are trophies. This is a trophy in her head. And so when I say these trophies, they've got the little things sticking out of them. They show up. And they're very proud of the trophies. Very proud of them. I mean, they go after these trophies. Here, keep this here. That's that. Right in her ear. And that was Kylie's. KIELYRODNI's trophy showed up in this video. Jagger's video. It's attached to her face. Shanann Watts, I've told you, has the same thing. She was holding the trophies. Well, I shouldn't say she was. Nikki or somebody else. Whoever walked into the house, but it wasn't Shanann. Whoever walked into the house had this. That. It's pretty obvious. Pretty obvious. Every victim has one. They all get connected to somewhat of whatever this machinery is, and they have these flying things around their heads, and it's part of the whole sacrifice. It's part of what they go through. And it doesn't change. It's not like, you know, one day the machine is going to look this way, the next day it isn't. No. What's around her head here? Let me show you closer. Brighten it up. Are shapes that are cookie cutters in my videos. So what's around her are shapes. Oh, I made it way too bright. Oh my God, it was looking so funny when I changed the color. And these are critters. And this is what happens. They They're up there. They're hanging. You know, like I said, over here, they're in a basket for KIELYRODNI. These are all the same critters. They don't change, don't fluctuate. They actually even stay the same color. And that is the victim. These are the critters. So I'm showing you critters because critters are something that you could notice quickly and to pay attention, like I showed you before. This is called the fake car. She's definitely in a fake car. It's shown really clearly what's in the windows. And in this fake car, the images in the windows change as if they're going from room to room, from like hospital rooms to a different room. That isn't something that happens. You don't get these images in the back of a car seat. This. Those are people. That's what's happening back there. Her face has a different person's face underneath it. Like, I know what she looks like. That's not this girl to the left. Not at all. It's not her. So the faces are layered in here to cover the person that's being sacrificed. Because that is not her. She doesn't even look like that. This reminds me of Gabby Petito, the KIELYRODNI. See her fingernails? Different colors. Nose, face, what's going through her head. The thing, that bump on the top of her head. These are the car rides. I showed you this earlier. Same process. Same process. The pictures to the left, I get a lot of those from Scott. You know, the painter. Look at any of my videos, you guys, if you haven't seen them. That just put, you know, find the title, and then you'll be good. And then just watch it. These are things that I find in his videos, and when I look and watch his video, it reminds me of the same room that Summer is in to the right. It tells me that they're very similar. That they're similar They're showing me the same kind of a room, and these rooms are underground. The other person's videos, they give me similar information to all my elements, is Andrew Hiltz from back when. More of his videos that I have from over a year ago are way better than what he has now. It's the videos that don't exist anymore. The one to the right comes from his video. The one to the left is like either the Beeston or the Kents or something. But interestingly enough, the Beeston and the Kents information still matches much of the Wells information. Like they have like the same artwork on their arm, or they have the same letters, the same symbol numbers, and they both have 7s, or they'll both have V's. They all do, but it's the way that I feel and see that it's presented is what feels familiar. To the left, let me show you. Up there we go. So to the left is their car ride, right? I had them marked down as KIELYRODNI. I feel as if KIELYRODNI went to, not about them again, so you know, went to a party in California, and that the Beeston, the Kent family, is who shows her sacrifice. The picture to the left comes from the Beeston group in the car ride. What's in the back trunk is an arm with these tattoos. Okay? That's a V tattoo. In the trunk. Shouldn't be there. To the right is Andrew Hiltz. Andrew Hiltz, his station, couple videos just showed information, right, wrong, or neither, whatever, that shouldn't even be in a video because it just doesn't just appear. Like, these letters don't just appear on your arm. Like in the middle of the video, it just appears. So when I say they're coming out of a hole in the ground and their heads are in corners, it sort of looks like this. Okay? Like this. These guys have their heads coming out of the ground in corners, and there's like nothingness below them. The tops are connected by chains. This is what it looks like. And when I say this is what it looks like, when I show photos of Jody Sue Brown's backseat, they're in the same kind of a hole. They're not in really their backseat looking like that. That's what you call deep fake. Just like that. It's Jody Sue's to the left. You know, I thought these were great photos to show what the people doing these sacrifices think is happening. This is what they think is happening. This is a pretty good photo. This is not what's happening. But in their heads, this is what is happening. This is what they believe is happening. Just like that. This is what equipment looks like, you guys. That's really not her. So ignore the fact that that's her face. I should put like a box over it. What's showing on the bottom, I'm going to cover her face because you obviously know. So anyone who thinks I'm making fun of them, I'm not. You obviously know it's not her, right? So let's cut her face out a little bit. This is part of the sacrifice. When I show you guys a V, like this, taken from Enan Chapman. No, I'm sorry, Enan Harsh. This symbolizes that. This is Enan Harsh. So the only ones, like I said, who could tell me I've hit it on the nose, who can actually bring true shining justice to these children, to the children that want to hear confirmation from those that are doing this. Someone out there knows I'm correct. Someone out there knows that this represents this. I could say it through spirit, and yes, it brings them justice because I am sharing their story. But in order to shine super bright above, their story needs to be confirmed, not denied, by one of you that have witnessed this, that have done this, that have been there for this, that have watched secretly, that know that nobody knows you know. Come forward as anonymous. Because this is part of the sacrifice. The children don't have answers to why. They don't want to even care to hear who, because it's thousands of people. That will never get to the bottom of that. But the story could be recognized as it is to be true by the person that has seen this. Because this is a true match. This is all the same. KIELYRODNI is to the left. Her voice would speak the same. Her voice is telling us the same story. Her voice is saying and asking for the same recognition. That's it. The recognition of it. That's it. Someone who would come in and spill the damn beans. Don't need a name. That's not Jagger. That's nobody. There's his sticks again to the left. This is Enan Harsh that I just showed you here. These are the same sticks. What you see to the right is from Summer Moon's window, from the interview room's video of the walk through the Wells home. This is the walk through to Summer Moon Utah Wells's bedroom. The interview room, to me, just shows a movie story of Summer Moon and didn't miss anything. The information is there, so all I did was match this shit up. Because they're telling the same part of the story. The interview room told the whole story. So I couldn't stay here and show you all of it, but what I'm showing you is this part. This is Summer's window. This is this. Let me blow it up a little. Copy, here we go. This is this. So Summer Wells has her shit down. She's got that story down. And there is someone that comes into my channel and listens. You're the one who could come forward. You don't have to announce who you are. Because these are all the same. These come from individual channels that are telling the story. They're telling the story that goes back to Von Wells's blueprints. Every piece of the story matches his blueprints. And there's small bits of the story. I know the story because I've known it for over 2 years. 2 years by now. So when we see a little piece like this, let me contrast it a little. You all know that this is the same bit of information that I show you at Laurel Park. These little guys in here is what I showed you under the bridge in Laurel Park. They're little teeny pieces. But it's the same shape. I don't think I have it in here. It's It's in yesterday's presentation, which I don't have out here. Wait. Okay, I'm not doing it. This is what I show you under the rocks floating in the back. This is telling the same story. So if I were to turn this, these are trophies, right? And once you get to know your elements super well, you will be able to point them out the way I am within seconds. Turn and twist them. Turn this like that. And I go back to the lady that I said she has a trophy on the side of her head. You will see that it's telling me the same story. That's a head. Wait, let me turn this other one, the head's on the bottom, around. Wait. This way. And this way. Here we go. So this is her. And this is what I'm showing you. You see? This here is just a cookie cutter to this. See? They have the same wrapping on them. Hers is on a white thing. It's the same thing. It's the sticks going down in them. Boom. So this here's the stick. See, I know it so quickly. So see how it's on a white, it's a trophy. It's on something. Just like this is on something. There's a stick going down into them. Stick going down into them. This is the face with the heart on top. Face with heart on top. Head, body wrapped in stuff. So this goes here. Just like that. Elements. Elements, elements, elements. And that is what they're creating on the left-hand side with the blueprints. That is what they're creating. And it's telling the same story. See? It's nice and bright. This is important to recognize that this is where people are asking me via email, lots and lots of you, well, where does the water come in? I know I hear the story, but where is it that the water comes in? This is where it comes in. It takes pieces of this sacrifice. You know, these things get shared, right? And what you see in this video to the left and to the right is from the fisherman. What you see in the yellow bag is the same thing that you see on this chair. They use a thing just like a chair. But this information is holding all the same stuff. All the same stuff. So, let me turn this. What you see here, you open it up, is what's in the yellow net. Because that's what I said, Adventures Like Purpose kind of a company gets it. So this is the same stuff. It's all the same stuff. This is all of the pieces, you guys. This is the whole thing that they take back out of the water or in the water. It's, you know, these are the trophies. That's what I know. These are the trophies. Look at the bottom. You see it all. Now this comes from the fisherman. Notice the pieces on it. And I tell you, they use a lot of stuff they call junk. I see the back of a motorcycle. This is what pops out to my eye. Ready? This is what I see. The seat to a motorcycle or a bicycle. The seat that they use to sit outside at a football, you know, at the games with all those. I've showed you that before. I see the A. I see a critter face here. A body here. Seat. This is that piece I just showed you on the side of the girl's face. There's animal critters. It's like a bear or whatever. Bear face, bear face. Lots of animal faces. Lots of animal faces. But these will be tons of critters. Tons. And you're going to see tons of information. Like, you're just going to see a ton of it. Because this is the end of the game. This is what gets pulled out of the water. This is what I call Adventures with Purpose comes into the rescue and pulls it out of the water. And there's the basket on top. That's the basket on top. Here, I'll separate it. And there's the big dog. So here's one level. So here's one level. This is the top one. It's like the basket. Here's the middle. basket. So it is broken into 3. I've said that before. 3 levels. So this is the top level. This is the middle level. See, there's different sacrifices. There are 3 levels. Maroon, the green, and the white. See how it's telling us the story? So these are the levels. What it's telling us is the white is the lower level. The white boat, see how it's white, is the lower. So here, the white is the lower. The green is in the middle. And the maroon is on the top. These are the 3 levels, you guys. In between these 3, they have all of the equipment, everything. And they get pulled out of the water. That's Summer Moon with all of her pieces. And this represents each other. The one on the upper left is from that one guy's videos that he never came back, but he also never reported them, so. And this is part of the Summer Moon Wells sacrifices, and what I'm showing you is what you see here. They want you to believe that you're watching a little girl swing happily in her backyard connected to a tree. That is what they intend you or want you to see. That is not what's happening here. What's happening is what I've been showing you. It's everything that I've been showing you. All these photos and all these TikToks were meant to be used to send different messages, like here. It's in the corner there. Like, all those are little critters of information, making probably fun of everyone like us that no one has recognized this. This is in the video. All those is the little critters that tell the story. That's it. And this is in the tree. This whole storyboard here doesn't exist, because really what you're looking at with Summer is to the right is more of what she looks like to the left. This is from the Bubbles video that I've been showing you, to the right. To the left is from the video 16 years ago. What this Bubbles video that's talking about Summer, so what's happening in the Bubbles video is a whole discussion on Summer. Right? They're talking about Summer. And on the TV, as they're talking about Summer, just happens to be the same information as a Summer Moon Wells sacrifice, right? This here is exactly what you see on the left. That's what it is. These white balls and all of these letters, I see the pattern, and the pattern I have is there's a bunch of letters that represent a particular type of grouping. And the reason that my grouping looks alike is because I have a particular grouping that's all the same. I'm not switching. So when I switch and there's a different group involved, these letters that you see on this, like this white thing that he's holding, do shift. KIELYRODNI's information, Summer Moon Wells information, they all have the same lettering on these white things. They all stay consistent. There's that white truck again. This was right in the middle is a white truck, white car. This was a video of Kylie in a car, and it showed to me like the white coat, and it doesn't to me seem like it's her, because in half of this she's got blonde hair, and the other half she has dark black hair. See what I'm saying? They don't keep it consistent. It doesn't give the same information. It actually switches back and forth. So Kylie, for the most part, has that blonde hair. When they show it this way with the dark, there's that plastic thing in her head. So TikToks and all these videos and all these letters and numbers, pull your letters and numbers to the side and look at them. Like anyone who saw this video and recognizes odd stuff, it's just all we do. It's just odd stuff, right? It's not like something that's difficult to find. If it's difficult to find, it's not going to be shown to me. Adventures with Purpose had these letters and stuff in their window, and I just could never make sense of why it's there, because when I got their information, I didn't have many other groups of letters and numbers to go by. This here in their window is really common in Summer's case. And this is kind of like the thing that I said is found under the Idaho 4's TV. This is a trophy. These letters seem to show up in the areas that I pulled to the side. It's the E, it's the R, it's the S. It's the 5. So there's a pattern. Just like the Delphi case, there's a pattern. You know, that's supposed to be Michael Vaughn on the left-hand side with that stuff over his eyes with the 5 on his face. But on the news, when they show Michael Vaughn, it says 579. Just like that. I didn't put that in there. Yeah, ERS, Justice Coming Soon. Where else have we seen that? There's going to be a few places. And then on Michael Vaughn, you've got the L. You have these orange critter faces. And then all of a sudden, it's a 5, 7, and 9. on the news, on his piece of paper. Summer was branded. This is in the church. That's Summer. This is her arm. These brandings have been with the case since day one. Summer Moon Wells had these on her in her videos. Benny's change. Benny's markings never stay the same. Now, not a lot of you wouldn't know that because you wouldn't have seen them because a lot of the videos are down, right? Or just a new channel. Here is someone with very bushy eyebrows hiding beneath Benny in the corner. That's that guy right down there. Right down there. Look at those bushy eyebrows. Could that be Brian Kohlberger? Oh my God. Is that Brian snuggling with Benny? Benny, tell the truth. Are you snuggling with Brian Kohlberger? Let's say he is. Benny, what is Brian Kohlberger doing snuggling with you in your armpit? Shit like this. Look at that. With the V around him. But this information here that's marked on this person's head does not stay consistent with the Summer Moon Wells that we know. Just like Michael Vaughn has a 5, 7, and 9 added to his. See this? Unless it's a 5. This is Summer Moon. Very much the same. Blow it up. These here, right? Same creators we're working with. Different videos, different creators, same information. Same information. Yep. This here is, I believe it's the frats. I showed you this picture before, but what I didn't show you is what I believe it to be representing. This represents them getting hung over the water, which is the fake swing. So what you see to the left is basically what you see to the right. Same with this. What you see to the left is what you see to the right. lot the same. This also to me is the same. And this to me is the same. Picture to the left is Timothy from SUMMERWELLS case. The picture to the right, I want to say is Check It TV maybe, or I always get them switched between Check It and Thou Shall something. What happened in the food truck, you guys, is such a cover-up. I think it's this guy who got brutalized the same way as the storyboard that you see that's going on to the right here. This here is what's happening. Remember I said to you, I know I've seen that before, that maroon thing that's on Benny's face. Well, I found it, so I had to use it. I had to like put it in as a photo here. So then if I have to look for it again, I'll be like, ah, it's in today's video. This. That thing. And then a thing coming down into his mouth. That's the same thing that's going on to the right on Michael Vaughn. You guys see that Michael Vaughn's photo? His story never shifted. His being in the garage with this equipment. He's got the L. He's got the stuff on his eyes. He has that little maroon chip coming through the bottom, which is going to be a heart. He hasn't once shifted in the wrong direction, spiritually speaking. This goes in the ground, he says. Goes this way. This goes in the ground in the stick. Look at that. That goes down into the ground. You know, like a stick that you grow vines on? It's a flower stick. That's a flower stick, you guys. Summer moon elements. That little box back there is the same box that you see to the right. Again, I like to pull from current stories, but this one to the right is Amber Hagerman. Amber Alert. This is a pretty new video. Really important. This guy's video to me is so close to what it looks like when they videotape these things. So close. That when he shows his video and I look at it and I look at the little details, the details match perfectly. The camera, the way he holds it, the pieces, everything about it. Everything about it completely reflects the blueprints of what we look at in Bob Vaughn's video, as if we're looking at the same equipment. I believe this is Bubbles. I'm not sure. Let's see. Yeah. So these are the same. The information shown here is feels very familiar to me, right? When you look really closely and you notice how many different screens that are being used, that's what they do on the true crime channels that you watch. It's some sort of a technique. This guy, sorry to tell you, looks like you. I'm not saying it's you, but you guys have the same equipment in these videos, but you guys look the same. I don't know who that guy is in the bottom right, but I don't know if they're the same. I have no idea who's who. But that's who I thought of. And what this guy is doing falls right into the same pattern of all the channels I've been following. To me, this is the same thing. The repetition of these cameras, this camera here, these cameras here, is so like eye-opening, because I'm like, what are they all doing? Why do they need to be using the same cameras? And it's like they're doing the same thing, because they're not just looking into a camera. They're looking into a camera's computer. Like, they're mixing them all. And there's a lot of different layers. So by the time I get here to the story, she's back here. You don't know what the truth is. You don't know. I mean, it's there, but there's lots of layers. Like this. Benny Keys introduced us to this. Here are lots of layers. The layers they pop up as they're so realistic. But what that does, it allows you to layer like what you're looking at from Check It TV to Jody Sue Brown. Jody Sue is in that same screen as that, and that screen. Let me show you. Jody Sue crop this. Jody Sue is nothing more than a carbon copy of being in here. See? So you never know where anyone is. Like, he could take her here and plop her into Hawaii. Checka TV did the same thing. He created that kind of a video with photos and computers and whatever he was looking for and finding, and created a fake story. Like, here you think that Benny Keys is at the pool at a hotel. He's not at the pool at a hotel in these photos that match Summer. Again, I feel as if this is the same equipment being shown in different videos. This equipment is needed, you guys, for whatever processes they're going through. And this is how it's shown all the time. That to the left, you guys understand. Someone is taking the time to show it through plexiglass. This is Benny's video. Why are we looking at something below us at all? Is that your camera reflecting back to you? Or is that a camera that is actually filming below you? I think the viewers would love to know. This is what happened. Oh, that's weird. This lady in here looks like... See, this is what they did in the Idaho 4. This lady in here looks familiar. It's in here with the Idaho 4. See her? What the fuck is she doing in there? Doesn't she remind you of the fake Rosemary Bly that people were saying? Like that fake Rosemary Bly? Right here. Doesn't she look like the fake Rosemary Bly? Right, it looks like Maddie. So this came from the Idaho 4. These photos, you guys, are from the video that I have of the guy giving a whole speech about the Idaho 4 and no one knows who it is. These come from this video, this dude's video. That's Maddie, I believe, up front, but it's what's behind her that is startling. Let me see. It looks like... Wait. Let's see if I could find it. All right, let me see. I think... Let me see. I'm looking at these videos real fast. Videos. Oldest. God, I remember seeing this face. I go right to it. Oh. Oh, yeah, it was on D Presents. I'll just show you the video. You guys could go see it because it's her video. I don't, well, let me see. I don't know who this is. Wait. Let me see if it... Rose Bly. I think she might be saying this looks like her. I don't know. Here, I'll show you. The girl behind her looks like this photo. You guys could go see what the video's about because it's her video. That looks like the person behind Maddie, right? Let me crop her out. This, the person behind her, right? Who's this Rose Meyer? Who's Rose Meyer? It looks like her. I mean, my brain went right to her. Like it went right to this. Who's Rose Meyer? That's who this looks like to me. A Rose Meyer. See the elements here, you guys? You see? These girls throughout their video look like different girls. They don't look the same. This is another thing which I can't make out the letters. This is the same video and these words pop up over the father's head. Something hot. But this here, these are videos that were made specifically to speak a story. What's above this father's head are letters. Let's see. One V hot. That's above his head. Let's see. Does anyone know what that says? I can't make it out. Well, I think the first word, you think that first word is my? I see an A and a V. Something to work on. But this is what the video is telling us, you guys. And there are many layers to these telephones. There are many layers to the images inside this video. These are the different layers, and these layers are not new to me. They're showing the layers. They are showing what happened to the Idaho 4. They are showing it. So if you look closer to these pictures, wait, whoever is in here, there's tons of layers, but whoever is in here is on the lowest layer. They're placing the Idaho 4 on the top layer. Look at all these different phones. But each bit of information and elements is what is the most important in these videos. So when I turn this around, again, this is the video that everyone's been listening to. There's your number 5 box that they're holding right in the middle. It's a stick with the 5, with the metal. They're showing the equipment. So why would this video not be talked about? There's the thing over the eye. It says, is this his voice? This. There's the metal rod that's in the 5. That's another fake phone right in here. There's another one. Here's one. Here's one. Here's one. To the right is from Benny. To the left is the Idaho 4. I would love to meet the true Benny one day, because his little caricature is so adorable. I want to know who this Benny is. This is Benny's. Right? No difference. These are all telling the story of SUMMERWELLS' sacrifice. Same story over and over. All of these elements that you see here in front of you are the same. The middle one is Amber Hagerman, Amber Alerts box. Just like they're showing you in the Idaho 4 guys photos, videos. The green, maroon, and the white. What you see in this guy's video is what I just showed you as the 3 levels. These are the 3 boxes. 1, green, maroon, white. That's how it always is. That's how I showed you the boats were in the beginning. The green, the maroon, the white that is it. And this guy is showing sacrifice. The photo all the way in the back, that's the furthest in the back, shows your smiley face. It is. I'm going to crop one of these to show you and brighten it. So whoever is the predator, whoever is the guilty party, is the one back here holding a smiley face. Right back here. That's the one that knows the story. That's the one we want. Yeah, it looks like a cowboy hat, agreed. This comes from the same video. Same video, you guys. This was information. I'm like, okay, something's wrong with this. This can't be cops. It's got to be fake. The boxes are there, and it's telling you that there's a doorway on the side of Sigma Chi. It's showing it to you. Right here. Here's the box. Here's a locked door. These are boxes. That's not a cop. A cop walking into a maroon box here? Really? No, I don't think so. I'm thinking not. So, to the right again is, it's believe it or not, it comes from Bubbles. It looks like that guy from the other videos that I show you. And the one to the left is one of the cops, which you know it can't be. They can't be true. But they're the same. They're the same. I wanted to make sure to point out, because I never did, in this Check It TV's fake car, he's at Prosser Lake looking. That's when I said, I think he said he found, this is the night maybe he found something, because he's like, oh, my heart is still racing. What I never realized was that Summer Moon Wells's seats in her fake car match those things. I never paid attention because it wasn't something that I was looking for in her photos, but under her seats, they're the same brown seats with those pointy things. See? These are from different videos, by the way. They're not the same video. The one on the bottom right is Check It. This is Summer from her videos. Those are the same seats. I mean, they're very unusual. So that's something that I needed to put in here. The other thing that I needed to show you, which is crazy, the only reason I paid attention, this comes from the Idaho 4, is because they blew up a Batman. And a Batman was one of the characters that I have in, if I were to ever make a movie, a Batman. Whoever this dude is likes Batman. That I'm just telling you. And I saw this Batman's face in the reflection of Brian Kohlberger's window. And I kept that. I'm like, that's a Batman in his rearview window. When the cops pulled them over, there's a whole videotape on it. But if you stop the video and look in the rear view mirror, not rear view, side mirror, you'll see that there's like a Batman figure in Brian Kohlberger's window. Now, you tell me what you see. Look. Like, why would that be in his side view mirror? So, I needed to point it out because Batman was a big deal. So, this I showed in the beginning. This comes from the Bubbles video. And I really needed to show it because it has the same kind of information as I've been following, including a travel briefcase underneath the TV. Is it in here? Wait. Why is this in here? Oh, because I showed you these common ailments before. To the left comes from the blueprints from Bob Vaughn. To the right is what I showed you earlier. That matches. Shit, I don't remember. I showed you the one to the right earlier, but they're the same. So this is what I started with. I think it's actually my image for tonight's presentation. The videos that I've been watching from this girl's, I don't know who she is, channel. You could go watch her videos. Her channel is Bubbles something. And all of her videos mainly really are on summer. And a lot of them show this kind of information. This one must be on the Idaho 4. And the shit that it shows is really amazing. It shows me the SUMMERWELLS sacrifice information. That's what it's showing me. To me, that's why I put it in here. Put it up here. To me, there is no difference between anything else that looks the same. This one should have gone after this. That's why I'm like, what? That is what the Idaho 4 video is showing. This is these are the common elements called trophies, which were produced and created here during the blueprints. These are the blueprints. This matches this bubbles. The blueprints are to the left. It's basically what they're doing to the right. And that same equipment that I'm showing you exists in Benny's car rides. That there on his neck with that thing on it. Here, I'm going to get the other one. Is this. It's right there, the equipment. This is out of the country. I showed this before, but I wanted to show you how that face, that little critter face, is the same thing that Don Wells shows when he's spraying his plaster. And to the left, it's from the fisherman's boat. What you see to the right is Don Wells. That's one of his sprays. Let me see. When he's spraying in his construction homes, I don't know if he's spraying, I'm assuming he's spraying plaster. Here, this is what it looks like. This is Don. This is Don. And this little critter changes throughout the video as he's spraying, allegedly, on the wall. For those that have seen KIELYRODNI's car, and I'm always like, there's the 5, there's the 5. The 5 is always made one specific way. This is the top of the box. Like, this is the top of the ground. This part is a major protector of whatever box this is. And it's that number 5. When I say fake car, this is what it looks like. Let me brighten it up. Because what's under that number 5 in the box are the elements to all these sacrifices, right? There's the 5 that matches, same font and everything. And this is in the fake car. This here, I showed you in KIELYRODNI's car. Obviously, just showed you in Summer Moons. That is the most used 5. And I'm like, that is the most important. I showed you it in yesterday's presentation or 2 days ago's presentation. That's the number 5 that just holds the key. Or that is the key. But this here, it's just the fake car. These are rooms down there. One of the videos, these videos that I show you over and over from particular creators, this here is a dog next to a little boy at the water. Now, the video that I got this from is someone that I follow. But when I saw this particular part of this video that I went to, it was super sad. And like the whole entire story of Summer, now that I know the elements that I know, is in here. It's all in here. I believe in my heart there's a reason that that door is stuck in this video. That door, you guys, must be an entranceway. It has to be an entranceway. There's nothing else it could be. Nothing else this could be. Look at this. It is all here. This photo of Summer cannot be the Summer that we know. So here's the problem. Does anyone think that this could be the Summer that we know? No fucking way. There's no way it could be. Because it isn't. She has an adult boob coming out of her bathing suit. You all probably didn't even see it. Because you're not expecting it. This here is called SUMMERWELLS sacrifice children. This is not the Summer we know, because that wouldn't be there. Shit's growing on her face. Her eyes are changing. But that ain't the SUMMERWELLS that we know. This dog, its teeth If the authorities want to figure this one out, has a name. The dogs in these videos are really significant. So to the authorities, this is something to pay attention to, because there's a name in here. David, Danny, so this shit isn't something to like blow off. I mean, it's right there. That white entrance card was talking, the tree in the back. And that little puppy dog is laying halfway under hay shaped as an L. And then there's this little boy. You're going to see he's in a cylinder next to a tree over the water that I could call Summer Moon Wells case, because this video is talking about summer and they're at the water hole. That's where she is. That's what you're looking at. We could all agree that the photo is not correct. If we could agree on that, then you will see the information that it shows. Lots of information. I always like to try to show a photo that I haven't shown in a while, but is significant. This comes from one of the people in the YouTube family that is no longer on YouTube because I think something happened with the Summer Moon Wells case. This is one of her photos to the left. It's old. To the right comes from the Beeson Bunch. I believe that it's showing these little pieces very clearly, which I call elements and trophies. Can't forget about Andrew Hilt. Because this photo had to come back, like in today's presentation. So much in this photo tells the story of summer moon sacrifices. This was in one of his older videos, I believe. And I like to put stuff like this up once in a while because it kind of blows my mind that no one notices this shit. You know what I mean? Like, these could be photos in an I Spy with my little eye book named Summer Moon Series, because the elements are the same. So if you say something like a red box, everyone's going to be looking for the same red box, right? Because the I Spy has to use images that everyone, it's universal. Everyone will know what I'm asking for. that follow me. I have Spy, the most important number 5. You'll be able to find it. These are his videos. Speak volumes. They speak volumes. So this video, this presentation really, really, really covered a shitload. Most importantly, you have to remember that I'm here to educate and entertain you, right? Educate to the point where you guys will be able to leave my presentation and recognize this information when it is shown in front of you. So when someone tells you a story about a video and you think you see something, you know how they say see something, say something, see something, do something. Like, do something with it. Stop it, take a screenshot and compare, right? And then you'll know, like, what the hell is this doing with Andrew Hilt holding a number 5 box? Like, I don't care if you don't agree with it. It shouldn't be that way. And why is it? Like, why is it that his videos changes like this? You know you didn't watch a video that looked like this. There's no way you watched a video that looked like this. This is what's underneath their videos. So just by recognizing that there's something wrong with it and it can't be true, this can't be true. Why? Because there's the truth underneath it. And this is what's on top of it. So if you walk away with just learning something like that, then I have filled my purpose here. Right? Well, you guys, I'm going to call it a night. My dog's starting to pace, meaning that he's hungry. Thank you all for being here. Muffin Top, great job in there. You guys, thank you for all of your kind words throughout this whole entire presentation. I am looking and I do see the questions. Sometimes I don't want to stop to answer. That's why there's all of you in here that could help each other in chat, because you've been here so long. So yes, thumbs up on your way out. I really need those thumbs up. All right, y'all. Thank you. Have a wonderful rest of your Monday night, and get back to you all soon. Good night, guys.